Happy vlog numero 14 of who knows how many. It is also week 3, or beginning of week 3 of my Book a Day in June reading challenge, and I'll be honest, I kind of took the weekend off. It's fine. I picked up the Spider-Man game for the PS4 and basically played it for like 48 hours, and you know where the point where you close your eyes to go to sleep and you're like playing the game in your mind and you have to mentally turn off the game? That was me yesterday. So yeah, didn't get much reading done. Thankfully I was ahead, so it's not like completely scuppered me. In fact, I'm still one book ahead, I think. If I could show you all the portions of the vlog that are just me tapping to get to the date on my watch. It is the 15th today, and I read my 15th book yesterday, so I am bang on track. I really did enjoy this. I really liked it as an end to a series. I thought she was going to throw a romance in there and didn't, and I actually really appreciated that. It's not devoid of romance, it's just not what it's about, and I really enjoyed that. Lady Knight has to sort out a refugee camp and there's a big rescue, and yeah, it's good stuff. I definitely like books 2 and 3 the most. While this is a really good book, it just doesn't have the structure that the ones where she's at school has, and I think that's the charm of them. So I think definitely read the whole quartet, because why would you read 3 of them and not read the last one? And the last one is really good, especially if you have love for previous books. You get a lot of Dane and Numair in this one. But yeah, 2 and 3 are my favourites. Confirmed. I haven't picked it up yet, but the next book is going to be God's Grave by J. Kristoff, which I'm kind of looking forward to. It's just long and I need to read it today because I'm no longer ahead of the game. So that's my goal, is this week to get back on top of things. I have 2 short books. I have the 4 Profound Weaves and the Extended Companion Guide for the World of Lunaria, and I know those are going to be quick. So in my head I'm like, okay, so we can be at least 1 book ahead because we can read both of those in a day. But the beauty and the difficulty of the Book a Day reading challenge is you really can't get in your head with it. You've got to just keep reading, and if you get to the end of the month and you have to read 3 books in a day, that's where you are in the month. And I've got a bit of time for work, so I might do a bit of reading then. And I also did not get started or further on Ship of Destiny, so that's another job for this week. I need to do like the maths of working out how many hours I need to read of it to get it done, because sometimes you just need that to get into it, and then once you're into it you're like, okay, I will willingly keep listening for longer than that time. I don't know. And maybe that's a sign that I'm a little bit burned out on the series and probably shouldn't leap straight into whatever the next one in the Rain Wilds is. But then what do you get instead? I don't know. I need to go on with my day, drink this coffee that's staring me now going, you want me? And I do. I'll see you later. I just so love that all morning everything in this room looks green. I just can't film first thing in the morning because there's like a huge bush that way and all the light that reflects in is green. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not bitter about it. It's fine. Anyway, hello, welcome to day 16 of my Book a Day reading challenge. It is Tuesday. It is a beautiful sunny day. I have the laundry on, ready to go outside, and I'm ready to have a much better day than I had yesterday. Although I'm on day 4 of an insomnia streak, so we'll see. I'm willing to take a better day as just like a day where I cry less. Anyway, too much oversharing. I finished God's Grave yesterday. I won't lie, I read it in less kind of deep focus than I would normally, because I just sort of got a bit fed up. And as I say, I've read it reasonably recently, within the last kind of 6 months. Well, maybe over that now, but it's not been that long, is what I'm saying. So it wasn't in need of a in-depth thinky read. I had a good time. There's a lot of discourse about Nevernight and God's Grave and J. Kristoff's work at the moment, and I don't really want to get into that, so I'm not going to, because I don't want to. And then what else happened? I've got a few hours into, just a couple of hours into Ship of Destiny. I think if you were reading the physical version, I would be, because I track this because I'm sad, about 130 pages in. And again, I'm enjoying it so far. I'm not in it yet, but willing to see what happens. And then I started Wayward Witch by Zoe de Cordova, which actually I'm enjoying so far. I haven't read a lot of first-person narrative of late, just hasn't happened for me. And it's not my favourite thing, but actually I'm enjoying this reasonably. It's pretty good. I'm only about 25% of the way through, so who's to say? It's just shifted from the real world to reality to the other kind of another place. and I think that's the bit that I don't like. And it's like if Alice in Wonderland happened, but all the interesting characters were in the ordinary world, and then she went down to Wonderland, and there was like 3 people there. And I think that's partly my problem with it, is it abandons all the characters, which feels odd in a third book that is effectively a companion in a series, because the whole point is you want to see those characters from a different light, and maybe we will. It's, as I say, early, but it does feel unusual to me. Right, to work. I made a joke last year that I spent the whole year in wool, and everyone else was like, I've put my winter clothes away. And I was like, what are winter clothes? I just wear jumpers year round. And it is accurate. I'm still wearing a jumper. Hello, it is Wednesday, which is the 3rd day of the week, and it is 5 days since I got a good night's sleep. I did finish a book yesterday. It wasn't a book for my TBR, and it also wasn't really a mood read. I had to look through my what video I'm making next list, because I'm bad at following it, but I thought I should try, and it was actually Animorphs 8. So I read Animorphs 8 yesterday, which is obviously, they're not very long, particularly difficult reads. They do take a while longer than they would if I was just reading them, because I have to write the script for the video at the same time, because that's how I roll. But yes, so that's done. So technically I am still 1 book ahead, but I didn't finish the book from my TBR, so I'm going to try and read 2 books today / 3 books over the next 2 days, however it works out. Basically, if you're not interested in hearing me wax lyrical about the maths of books for the next 2 weeks, maybe stop following these vlogs. I like to get into the depths of, this much. Different jumper, still Wednesday. Coffee firmly over there. That hurt. What was I saying? I like to get into the maths of things and working out, I need to read this many pages this day and that'll add up. And then completely disregarding it and just reading to the end of a book. Because sometimes I just need the motivation to get to kind of like 70%, and then I'm like, get to the end, it's fine. I am just over halfway through, just under halfway through, one or the other, of Wayward Witch by Zoraida Cordova, and I'm really enjoying it. Much more than the first 2, actually. Either I'm misremembering my feelings towards the first 2 with hindsight, or this one is genuinely just better. I think I relate to a character who's more kind of shy and introverted than the other characters, I suppose, so maybe that's why it's just sort of like, this is the one that's more me. I do think it's odd, and I wonder if there's another book in the works, I haven't looked, that does bring all of the girls together, because it feels really odd to create these really bold, beautiful, lovely characters and foster this sense of family between them and how important family is, but their stories so far are, broadly speaking, lone adventures. It's just interesting. It's not a bad thing at all, it's just not what I expected, and I'm expecting something where they all come together, and maybe they do later in the book, but I don't think they will. So instead we have like a gang of people with magic, which I'm always here for, on a quest, which I'm always here for a morally dubious quest giver, which again I'm always here for, so I'm really enjoying it. It's kind of, in that sense, in the kind of magical quest sense, it's what I kind of wanted Wicked As You Wish to be. Wicked As You Wish, the Rin Echo one. They're very different books, but I wanted it to be a magical quest in a way that it was not. As you can see, I am completely lucid, everything is completely fine, and sleep is not necessary. You can just pour coffee directly onto yourself and it will wake you up. Good morning, it's Thursday morning, plant watering day. I need to film this morning because my hair is doing a thing that I don't hate, so I'm going to try and take advantage of that. What I'm going to try and do pre-work, I think I can do it. It's only 7:30 now. I think it'll be very orange because it's very rainy outside, so I'm going to have to use my overhead lighting, but that's fine. The wonders of colour correction on video. I am currently reading Jingo because I finished Wayward Witch, so let's talk about Wayward Witch first. I really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it. I think this was just the character that I got on with most of the 3 kind of female protagonists. I really liked this one. It was good. The ending was so rushed, and that's really unfortunate because otherwise I think it would have been an amazing book, and I would have said, if you're going to read the series, you can just start with this one, maybe. But the ending, not ideal. It was one of those things where you go, maybe this just needed another signature to kind of get through it. There's a non-binary character which I really appreciated. I thought that was really lovely. There's elements of romance in it, but it's not got a romance plot, which I actually really enjoyed because I think I didn't enjoy the romance plots of the other two. And yeah, I really enjoyed this. I don't know if there's going to be another one. I would wonder if there's going to be a fourth, but je ne sais pas. And yeah, thought the beginning was pretty solid. And if you like the other two, I think you'll really like this one. If you weren't such a huge fan of the other two, but the third one has made its way into your TBR for whatever reason, as it did for me, then I say go for it, because it was alright. Yeah, I enjoyed it. So yeah, Jingo. This is an odd one to be reading in the current times, and I think I'm having to lean heavily into he's a watchman, he's not a policeman, and I'm aware there isn't really a distinction, but that's how we're going with this one. I had a bit of wariness about this one, if you remember back in my TBR, partly because of the men in turbans on the front cover, and it kind of is the case. Like, it's set in fictional, it's the Discworld, obviously. I'm reading Clutch, which is kind of an allegory for India, question mark. It's not been bad so far, and all the things that have been said that you're like, oh, that's kind of racist, have been called out within the book. It's just an interesting choice, and I don't think this would necessarily get published today, but this is from, let me check what date this is from, 1997. We'll let you know. The problem with this is it's such tiny font. Like, I don't know if that's focusing, but it's the most minuscule font I've ever had to read, and it's just like, I can't see. So I'm going to try and read that today when the sun is at its peak and I can actually read this. I also have some book mail, and I got a couple of approvals for things on NetGalley that I want to talk about now, because I don't know when else to talk about them. Yesterday, let's start with the NetGalley approvals. So I got approved for, I can't remember if I mentioned Cinderella is Dead, but I requested Cinderella is Dead because I really loved the cover and I thought it would be good. So got approved for that. Got approved for Phoenix Extravagant, which I'm really excited for. All this will be talked about in my TBR when I read them, which I think is going to be next month. And then I also got approved for Mayday by Josie Jeffrey. I knew this was coming. I'm so excited for this. This is the first book in her new Seekers series, which is still in the same universe as her Sol Invicti books. Or is it the Sol Invicti universe? I really need to just kind of go and find out all the things, but this is set in Oxford, I think in the 90s, I can't remember. But yeah, this is urban fantasy, which isn't something I read very much of, but I like the way that Josie writes it, and I'm really excited to read this. Yeah, I read the short story that precedes it, Killian's Dead, last month, and yeah, I'm just looking forward to it, and she signed it because she's great. Yes, good. I'm going to put this on the shelf for now. So, with all that in order, I'm going to go and drink some coffee, read some of Jingo, and then attempt to film before I spill coffee down myself again. Hello, happy Friday. Welcome to the end of the week. One more day of vlog and then we are done. Reading update, that's what we're here to do. I finished, there it is. I finished Jingo yesterday. It took a lot of brain. Lesson learned about books with small fonts. Alright, of its time is probably the best way to describe this, in that it's not bad, question mark. It's just not something that would get published now. Let's say that. I liked kind of the overall themes, minus maybe some of them. I liked the talk about war and what war is and how ridiculous war is when it comes down to it. I liked the veterinary plotline because I almost always do. And yeah, I don't really want to talk more about this because I just think it was 1997 and people were publishing different stuff then. Let's put that away and maybe unhaul that at some point. But then I started my reread of Wonder Woman Warbringer. I am 212 pages into this, and I'm liking it so far. I remember really enjoying this the first time around, or at least having a good sense of like, yes, I really like these characters, and the same is still true. I want a bit more from it, I think, is where I'm at the moment. I think it goes very quickly to some places and tries to deal with some issues, but then doesn't really. So we have Diana, obviously, Wonder Woman, and then we have Alia, and Alia takes Diana back to New York, or they end up back in New York, and Alia, despite being from quite a wealthy background, is black, and she sort of says, you know, people look at me differently, and, you know, even though I've got all this money, I'm still having people follow me around in shops and so forth, which is terrible. I don't think they go into it enough, and I don't know how much of that was Leigh Bardugo as a white author not wanting to co-opt that story. But yeah, it's interesting, and I think if you're going to do that, then why wouldn't DC have hired a black author to tell that story? I don't know. But I do like Diana. I like Nim a lot. I'm excited to finish this again. And it's still way better than Marilou's Batman book, so we can live in the knowledge of that. Today is obviously a work day. I'm on deadline for a couple of articles actually, so I need to finish those. I also need to edit the vlog. I have a video edited for Monday. I just need to do the thumbnail for it, so I don't have my laptop because I don't have it, so I don't have my... I'm being miserable and whiny about it. I should have it back tomorrow. So that's all good, and yeah, I'm gonna get on. Yes, I have worn this shirt in 3 different days this week, but I really like this shirt. Anyway, it's fine. It is Saturday afternoon. I've just been to see a friend and it was very lovely, and we had socially distanced time in their garden and it was just blissful and nice. I'm feeling very good. I haven't done much reading. I don't think I have... No, I do have stuff to update you on. I finished Wonder Woman Warbringer. It's behind me. I finished this yesterday. Yeah. And I thought it was pretty good. Don't think I have anything more to add beyond what I said earlier. And next I'm picking up Bloody Rose by Nicholas Eames, which I will waft at you now, because you never know, you might want to know what it looks like. So I'm going to try and read as much of that as I can over the rest of today, but more importantly, I have my laptop back. Huzzah, Hawaii, this is wondrous. I'm really excited. Obviously this vlog was half edited on my other laptop, so I don't know how it's going to come out, to be honest, but I'm excited to find out. And yeah, I'm going to finish the vlog now, edit that, get that all uploaded, do the thumbnail for Monday's video, which is going to be great. You should subscribe. I'm really excited for that. And maybe do some work on editing Animorphs 8. Maybe. You should put in what my TBR started as and what it finished as, just in case you were wondering. I think I actually haven't read it down this week because I had 2 rereads and got the NetGalley approvals and a copy of Mayday, so c'est la vie, it is what it is. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for enjoying this vlog. I hope you had a good week. Let me know what you read in the comments below, if you enjoyed anything in particular. You can also subscribe, it makes me feel loved and appreciated, and I will see you in the next one.